Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel, or if you're new, hello and welcome. My name is Megan. Today's video is going to be a push day video. This was actually requested by Bianca, so if you're watching this, hello. Your wish is my command. I'm going to be taking you guys along today to the gym with me for a workout with me type of video. I've been loving making these, and I want to basically have one for every type of workout that I do in a week, so I have a bunch of other ones up on my page if you guys want to check those out if you're doing a different workout. But for today's video, it's going to be a push day. So if you're unfamiliar with what push means, it's basically chest, shoulders, and triceps. So those are the three muscle groups that we are going to be focusing on today in today's workout. And I would definitely say that this workout is beginner friendly. I feel like with upper body movements, you have your staple ones and you stick with them. Same with leg day, honestly, but I feel like all of these movements are just your core movements that you can do to target those muscle groups. There's obviously other exercises that you guys can do to target these muscle groups, but I'm just going to take you guys through the ones that I've been loving lately. And yeah, so I'll be doing a full voiceover video because I just find that to be the most helpful, and I can get as many form tips and cues in as possible. I'll also try to record from a bunch of different angles so you guys can get the best idea of how to do the movement patterns. But as far as my outfit of the day, of course I'm wearing Honor Active. You guys can always shop my Honor link down below, or it's always in my link tree on Instagram, the first link there. And shopping through that link supports me directly and gives me a little bit of commission, so I appreciate that. And I don't have my full tripod up here, that's why it's kind of wonky. But for my outfit, I'm just wearing the Effortless Collection high neck bralette in the color Evergreen. Super cute. And then these are just the Cozy Comfort Lounge shorts in Sage. I've never mixed these colors together, but I feel like they're super cute together. And I just prefer to wear like a very comfy bottom on an upper body day. So this is the casual comfy look we're going with. And then my shoes are just these Nike Reacts. I always get questions about these, so I will just put them in the comment section below so that you guys can look them up, but they're from StockX. So yeah, this is the full outfit, and I finally am remembering, I'm finally remembering to put this red band in my new gym bag. I've had this in a different gym bag for so long, and so I haven't been able to properly like warm up for upper body day because I never have this on me and my gym doesn't have any bands. So we're bringing this along, and I'll show you guys a little bit of a warm up routine, and then I will get into the full video. So I'm gonna drink a little bit of a little Women's Best, what do they call it, energy drink. I haven't drank caffeine before workouts in a really long time, but I'm kind of getting back into needing it for working out in the summer because the motivation's a little low, the energy's a little low. I just drink a little bit though. I break it up into thirds of a can, and there's 200 milligrams per can, so I try not to drink too much, but I drink enough to where it gives me some energy. So we're gonna go downstairs and do that, and then we are gonna head to the gym. Okay, I guess they're called different energy drinks. I haven't drank these in so long that I forgot the name. I love this flavor. It's the Raspberry Grape by Chrissy Chella. It's my favorite. I got some of the other ones because I haven't tried some of them. So I got cotton candy, which I'll try and let you guys know what I think. And then I got orange slushy, which I do remember being good as well. But I definitely remember this one being my favorite. Hello, I'm going to be walking you guys through today's push day. So before we start, we want to get our upper body mobile and stretched out before we get into any type of loaded exercise. So we're going to be starting off here with this band, and what I like to do is just do these overhead pulls. I believe that most gyms also have dowels that you can use to do this same thing. They're kind of like a wooden stick that allow you to do the same stretches, or you could find honestly anything to make work to be able to do these stretches. You can do them without a band, but the key is that you just really want to get your shoulder joints and your whole upper body feeling nice and loose and mobile before we're adding weight to the movements. It's important to remember that with anything, it's important to warm up even a little bit just so that you can be prepared to lift weights, because typically we go straight into our working weight for an upper body exercise. So you'll see I go straight into pressing 25 pounds on each side, and so that requires us to be nice and warm and feeling good. So without further ado, now that we're fully stretched, we're going to get into the workout. We are starting off this workout with a pressing movement. If you guys are mimicking this workout yourself and you want to do a different movement than this incline dumbbell chest press, you can do a bench press, you could do a flat bench dumbbell press, a narrow grip press. There are so many different variations. You can do a close grip. It's really up to you. There's a bunch of different pressing variations. The key is that you just pick the one that you want to do and you start with it, because this is probably going to be your heaviest loaded movement that you'll do today. So what we're doing here is we are putting the bench at a nice incline, as you guys can see here, and then I have a slight arch in my back to allow me to have 3 different points of stability, them being my shoulders, my glutes, and my feet planted into the floor. Here's another angle of how I get set up. So I take the dumbbells and I kind of use my legs to push them up in case the weight is getting a little bit heavy. And the key here is that you don't want to be pressing with your elbows flared straight out. You want to have them at a slight angle. So you can see as my arms are coming down, they're at a slight angle, and this just allows for more shoulder comfort. And the key here is that you want to try to control both dumbbells. As you guys can see, from right to left, my left arm is a little bit weaker than the right, and you can start to feel that as you begin to get fatigued. If you notice this, then unilateral movements are going to be a great friend for you for strengthening these parts of the lift. Now for a step-by-step of the setup, you are going to get comfortable on the bench, and you're going to put the dumbbells on your knees, then you're going to push them up and get into position. You want to be nice and comfortable on the bench. You want to have your head back on the bench. A lot of people try to put their chin down and really look at the barbell hit their chest. You want to keep everything flat on the bench. And as you guys can see from this side angle, you can see how my elbows kind of come down into a more comfortable position for my shoulders. And you really just want to control this movement even as it gets tiring. And I did 4 sets of 10 here, and it was a great burner. Now we are setting up for cable flies. So as you guys can see, I am putting the cables at about my shoulder height. This is just a good marker if you're not sure where to put them. Then you're going to grab these 2 attachments and you're going to pull them out. And I like to stand like this with one foot in front to allow me more stability and to feel more comfortable with this movement. You could also have both of your feet together, but you want to be far enough from the cable machine that it allows you to get that full stretch at the end. So as you guys can see, right when I'm pulling it all the way back towards the cable machine, I'm getting that full stretch in my chest and pec muscles. And the key is you want to really make sure you're powering this movement from your chest and you're not swaying or using your lower body to do so. Here's a side angle of how I pull it out. And you want to think about, I like to think about this as a bear hug. So you want to think about opening your arms out wide and then as if you're going to hug something. I like that because it really helps understand the movement pattern a little bit better. But as you guys can see, you don't use a very heavy weight for this. These flies are actually pretty difficult. Alternatives to this movement, if you don't have access to a cable machine, would be that there is typically a machine in every gym that you can use to do these seated. You can also do this with very light dumbbells and an incline bench fashion as well to get that full stretch. But here is just a last angle so you guys can see the full hugging movement. I like to think of these as hugs because I feel like it makes it a lot easier to understand the movement. But these are great as an isolation exercise for the chest, and you can also do these in 3 different planes. You can do high to low. I'm kind of doing more of a high to low from this angle, or you can do the mid area, or you could do a low to high cable chest fly. So there's tons of different variations, but I just chose one today, and that is going to wrap up all the chest movements for today. And now we're going to move into a shoulder complex. This is truly the shoulder tricep from hell. I don't know why or how I came up with this. One day I was just like, okay, I need to get my workout done super quickly. So I was like, okay, let me just do a tricep of my 3 favorite shoulder exercises, and it really stuck, but it is a burner. So we're starting off here with these overhead presses. We're doing 10 reps, and then you're going to drop that weight. Then you're going to go into lateral raises, which already I just know I'm in so much pain watching this. We are going to go into 10 lateral raises, and then after that, we are going to drop that weight, and we are going to go into 10 front raises with a neutral grip. As you guys can see, I'm literally dying because this is such a difficult exercise to continue to go from one to the next, but I think it's a great way to really burn the shoulders because I feel that sometimes when I would just do lateral raises or if I would just do overhead press, I wasn't getting enough out of the exercise and I wasn't like this out of breath burning. So I feel like adding the 3 together was best for me and my personal training, and it's just a great challenge for yourself. I wanted to show you guys the overhead press from the side angle so you guys could see how it works. Essentially similar to a lat pull down, you're going to allow your head to come a little bit back as the bar is going up and down, because the key with this and the key with a lot of movements is you want a straight bar path for the bar, and you don't need to be moving the bar around you. You want to be moving your body around the bar. So that's what you're going to be doing for the barbell overhead press. And then here is another angle of lateral raises. As you guys can see from this angle of lateral raises, as opposed to raising straight out from the body, you're actually going to be raising at a slight angle forward from the body, and this is really just for protecting the shoulder joints and making it more comfortable. So I definitely try this out, but ideally you would want your arms to be a little bit straighter. Mine are a little too bent, and that's probably because I'm so fatigued and dying right now. And then we're going to get into some front raises. You want to try to eliminate as much body sway with these as possible. Typically when I'm doing this, I actually sit on the bench when I do the front raises so that I can't use my lower body or use any type of swaying. But I wanted to film this, so I wanted to film it in a room where no one else was, so that's why I'm standing. But I would say you could sit with this movement, because by the time you get to the front raises, you're probably going to be really fatigued and you're going to try to use your body even if you're not supposed to. So for this tricep, I did it 3 times total, and when I say it had the shoulder boulders on fire, feeling so good and so pumped, I just really like this personally right now. I think it's a great way to get the 3 exercises all done in one as opposed to having to do one exercise and another than another, especially because typically on my upper body days, I'm in a rush to do something afterwards, and so it's nice to just get everything done. Additionally, I feel like sometimes it's harder to feel a burn or feel the sensation in my muscles when I'm just doing each exercise by itself because I don't use super heavy loads. I'm dying right here. You guys can see that. So sometimes it's nice to add a bunch of reps and different ways to fatigue the body and put it under a little different amount of stress. And then obviously we're finishing off with these front raises. I think this is a fun complex, so definitely let me know if you guys try it. It definitely burns, but in the best way possible. And it gets our 3 exercises for shoulders out of the way for this workout. I'm like so weak at how hard I'm dying. I made sure that I finished the reps though. And then we're gonna go into our last exercise, which is going to be tricep pushdowns. Ignore my dog. She is doing her squeaker toy right next to me. Last but not least, we are doing a little bit for the triceps. I really don't do much for the triceps other than this, but we are doing a tricep pushdown. They didn't have the rope extension, so I'm just using this one. This one works perfectly fine too though. And essentially what you want to do is you want to keep your elbows fixed to your side and you want to be pushing straight down to be able to get that full extension in your arms so you can really feel it in your tricep. At the bottom portion of the movement is where you're really going to feel it in the triceps, so you want to hold that for a second while you're down there and then come back up. I was only able to take 2 videos of this because someone used the machine next to me and I didn't want to put them in the video, but here from the side you guys can see what I mean by trying to keep your elbows as fixed to your side as you can. I think a big mistake is people sway their arms a lot and so their elbows are going crazy and they're everywhere. Keeping them fixed helps to keep the tension on the triceps at that bottom portion. So I hope you guys enjoyed this workout and I'm super excited to have more for you guys, but yeah, that's a quick and easy upper body. Okay guys, so that is it for today's workout. I hope that it was helpful and you enjoyed it. As I said, for push days I don't do a ton of things. I just like to hit all of those muscle groups in a certain way, and there's plenty of exercises that you could do in exchange. So instead of doing like an incline dumbbell press, you could have done a close grip press, you could have done a bench press. There's a lot of different ways to do it, so my way is not the only way, but I definitely think that these are the moves that I would recommend to people who are beginners or just want a very simple workout to do. And that shoulder complex, guys, takes me out every single time. Literally, you guys will see me struggling so hard, but I love that to really build the boulders and hit different muscle groups and do a bunch of exercises in a shorter amount of time, especially if you're on a time crunch. If you guys have any questions about any of the movements, as always, comment down below, or you can message me privately on Instagram. But I've been loving ramping up the fitness content for you guys. I promised you guys that I would, and I have been delivering, but I love it, and I've missed doing content like this a lot, so I'm very happy to do more in the future. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Might be alone but never feel scared. I'm just so happy you might see tears. I live my life, yeah, fuck it, who cares? Climbing up, I'm high on top stairs. It's been way too crowded.